if a player's not on a contract, okay, they're obviously free to go and sign for another club. Now, the rule is with the FA is that a player might be amateur and not on a contract, but they're obviously signed to a club, right? They've signed the registration forms to play for that club. If another club wants that player, they have to do what's called put on a 7-day approach. So let's say you've got club A have got the player who's doing really well, and club B and C are interested in the player. Now they can't just go and speak to the player. Obviously, it happens, but they have to approach the club with what's called a 7-day approach. So their secretary of club B and C will contact club A, who have the player's registration, and they'll say, "Look, we want to make an approach for Joe Bloggs, and because we want to sign them." And then the reason it's called the 7-day approach is because that club then has 7 days, okay, before they have to tell the player of this approach. Okay. Now a lot of people ask me why this exists. My personal view on it is that the reason the FA have this is because it then allows the club to go away, that have the registration club A to go away and have a board meeting, maybe speak to the management and say, right, we've got these other clubs that are interested in Joe Bloggs. What are we going to do now? It gives them a little bit of time to get their ducks in a row to potentially then say to Joe Bloggs that, would you consider more money? Would you consider a contract? Whatever. It just allows a player to not just be approached and then just walk out the door immediately. Once the 7 days are up, the club have to notify their player that club B and club C have made an approach, and then the player is free to speak to those clubs about the potential of signing for them. Okay, so this happens a lot in the non-league game. Players that are not on contracts, they're just going left, right, and centre because once they start to do well, it's easy for them to do so. Okay, they're not tied to a contract.